Try your best to be your best. Simple advice to apply to your life from one NFL Pro Bowl linebacker turned children's book author. Talking business, football, and life with Derrick Johnson. You're in the Enterprise Zone at the Nasdaq MarketSite. Hello, everyone. This is Jabari Young, senior writer at Forbes, and you're in the Enterprise Zone at the Nasdaq. And I have a special guest, Derrick Johnson. 14 years that he played in the NFL, mainly for the Kansas City Chiefs, made 4 Pro Bowls, played 1 year for the Oakland Raiders, the former Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders. Derrick, thank you so much for coming to the Nasdaq, man. I can't refer to you as an NFL guy no more. You're a children's book author, man.
I am, and I'm 40 pounds lighter, too. So.
Come on, man. You still look good. I'm sure you can still get out there and go sack some guys, man.
Probably so, man. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Why don't you come out of retirement, man? Announce it right now.
Man, I can use some of those big checks you used to get.
Well, listen, man, it's your first time here at the Nasdaq, man. So, again, thank you so much for making the trip all the way down from Austin, Texas, one of my favorite places, man. I love Franklin's down that way. But here we are in 2025. What's been the music? What's been the soundtrack to your life, man? What's been keeping you motivated, positive, creative, man? Has it been Sade? What's it been?
It's probably more spiritual music, man. Gospel, man, just because, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on in the world, and you gotta be a calm spirit. You gotta humble yourself, and something that will ground you at the end of the day. So some kind of Kirk Franklin, man, something like that. Yeah.
Kirk Franklin, man. No Marvin Sapp. No Marvin Sapp.
You know what? I could do that too. I could do that too.
Yeah. Never would have made it, man. That comes on. You gotta listen to it, man.
Just listen.
Does it make you cry at the end too? Because like for that song, when Marvin kicks it in the end, man, I start getting emotional.
You do, and it's a lot of conviction about what he's talking about.
Yeah,
so,
most definitely, man. Listen, how's fatherhood? What's how father of 6 children? You want any more?
No, I don't. I'm done. Man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I have 5 boys and 1 baby girl. The youngest is the girl, and I thought it was easy with the boys, and the girl pops up, and it got harder.
Yeah,
it got harder.
I
but it's
a 12-year-old,
awesome.
and so I know, like, you know, girls I feel like they make you love better, love differently, man. You're much more sensitive, you know what I mean?
They do.
And they got you wrapped around their fingers.
And you know it too.
Yeah.
You know it too. But I couldn't ask for a better daughter, couldn't ask for a better situation with 6 kiddos, man. Life is busy with them, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, most definitely. Listen, 2018 is when you last retired in the NFL, right? Your last season. You walk into a 5th grade class today, and they say, well, what is it that you do, Mr. Johnson? How do you respond to this 5th grade class? You say, I used to sack quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's a sneaky question just because football is what I did. It's not who I am, right? Who I am, I represent more. I represent being a child of God. I represent being a philanthropist, trying to help kids see a better life for themselves. So that's why I'm in those arenas of elementary schools. And really, at the end of the day, it's all about education, being able to give them the proper resources to help them to reach their full potential. So I have a lot of influence on them because I was in the NFL, so I do have that platform. But now I'm telling them, hey, this is how you make it. This is how you be successful.
Yeah, most definitely. So you don't tell them, hey, I'm a book author now. I used to sack quarterback. I'm a book author.
You know what? I do. So I'm in those arenas now, and being able to have a book, right? My book is called Super DJ Saves Field Day, and it's simply Super DJ is a dad turned superhero that helps kids and encourages kids to tap into their own superpowers by trying their best to be the best, right? I think it's really some great components of humility, character, facing their fears. So I'm trying to give them some jewels from when I grew up to the kids now.
Yeah, most definitely. I want to dive into your book a little bit more, but before I do, listen, Thanksgiving right around the corner. We're in the middle, right in the midst of the NFL season, man. Yeah. I feel like teams know what they are around this time, right? You got the Colts as we talk right now, the Patriots, the Broncos, all 8-2. Yeah. Out of those teams I just mentioned, which one is the fraud?
Oh, man. You know what? I think the Colts may be the fraud. You know what? And they're playing really good. They're running the ball. They're playing really good defense. Yeah. But I just hadn't seen them up there like that consistently. So I got to pull out that.
Not a believer in Daniel Jones?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But that's the thing about football. You got to play the games, and you got to prove people like myself, doubters, to say, hey, we're better than what you think.
Yeah, well, listen, look at your Chiefs, right? 5-4 at all. You concerned?
A little bit, just because our our division is really good. When you talk about the Chargers, you talk about Denver, it's going to be hard to get out of our division without being beat up. And we started late, so now we got to pick it up. We kind of got to win a lot of games in a row. And can they do it? Of course they can do it, but it's gonna take a team effort.
Yeah. How about the Eagles, man? Listen, I know that they're maybe the favorite to repeat. I only mention them because they beat your Chiefs in the Super Bowl, right? And so, like, are you favoring them to repeat?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Not an Eagles fan at all, but I tell you what, man, I'm impressed with what they're doing over there. But at the end of the day, these players are very privileged to be out there, and they're taking advantage of the opportunity. And Eagles is a prime example of they'll be really good for a long time, just like the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, listen, as we speak right now, Derrick Johnson Super Bowl matchup, right? Who you have right now. And let's say that the Chiefs still stumble. Give me a different AFC team and somebody. You already said the Eagles repeat, so I think the NFC would be Eagles against who?
Probably say Denver or Buffalo.
Wow.
Just because Buffalo's always in it, right? Even the Ravens, but Buffalo is rearing their head. They're really, really good. They just beat the Chiefs, actually. But Denver's coming, with a young quarterback. I think they're doing really good. They're in a tough division. If you can get out of the Chiefs division, I call it the Chiefs division because they've won the last 9 division titles. If you can get out of there and beat the Chiefs 2 times in this year, ooh, man, you're pretty good.
Yeah. You're not a fan of the Chargers? I mean, Chargers look scary.
They
man.
are. They are.
Play the way that they played the other night. I mean, they look like they're legit.
They are, and they'll be coming down the stretch. But it's kind of cool to see the new coach doing this thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Again, Super DJ saves the day, right? And this is a book about a dad who turns to a superhero to help children overcome adverse situations, encouraging them, motivating them, tapping into their superpower in a way, man. What motivates you to write this book? And within that, what is Derrick Johnson's superpower?
Yeah, great question. Man, the mission and the inspirations just come from me growing up. This is a direct extension of my life. My mom's a school teacher for over 45 years. So being able to grow up in a house with a teacher, I know the importance of education and being able to put the right values in a book, right? To give them something that you say, wow, this NFL player told me to do this and told me to do this. Let me see if it works. And it really does. We all know if you fight through adversity, good things happen. And there's a unique, creative, fun way to bring that out in a book. And Super DJ helping kids be superheroes.
Yeah.
So,
well, what's your superpower, man? What superpower do you use to write books?
You know what? Probably my serving mentality. I'm always thinking of how to help someone to be better, like whatever that takes, right? Being able to bring out the best in everyone, especially kids. They're just, more things are caught than taught with kids, so you have to be an example. And I'm a role model at the end of the day to these young kids, and I just can't, I cannot wait to give them the proper resources and advice so they can be very successful in life, man.
Yeah, well, listen, I was listening to a podcast you did in August, and I think it was a Chiefs podcast, and you were mentioning on there how it was a challenge in a way to write this book with your wife, Brittany, who you wrote it with, right? And I was curious, what is the challenge in writing a book with your wife? Explain what that challenge was.
Well, you gotta give and take a little bit, it's not, you don't want it to all be me. You don't want it to all be your wife. You want it to do it together, collective agreement. We think alike, and that's a good thing. We learn more about each other, the input. When you have a mission and an objective to reach out to kids, some things can, even if things get heated of trying to accumulate enough information and make the book really fun and creative, it's still, you're still the objective, right? You got obstacles, but what's the objective? It's to give the kids the proper tools to help them to overcome adversity. So it was awesome. We actually learned a lot about each other. And
so y'all wasn't ready to the divorce in the middle. It's like, we can't stand each other, right? You write this way, I write that way. Let's get out of here.
That's what I was thinking at first, man. This is gonna be tough, but my wife is really supportive and being able to just think about the kids more than ourselves at that time. I enjoyed it. So hopefully a sequel or something will happen after we we got to push this book out first, but then maybe a sequel later.
Yeah. Well, how did you go about doing it? Like, did you have to dedicate a lot of time throughout the day? Like, what was the process writing a book? How long did it take?
Yeah, it took about a year.
Wow.
And you get a ghostwriter, so you can go back and forth with thinking about, hey, what do we put out to the kids? Of course, you have the ultimate goal, but at the end of the day, to write a book is it's harder than I thought. It was more challenging than I thought, which is everything is. But we were committed to making sure that we get the right tools or the right words in there to help the kids at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this is a part of something bigger that you have, because you do have the DJ Discovery Dens, right? And these are library makeovers where you go into libraries and create these, I would think learning, sections of the library where kids can kind of come in. 15 of those that you have set up in Kansas City libraries, 6 in Austin, 1 in Waco, and it's all under the Defender the Dream Foundation. What's motivating you to start these Discovery Dens in libraries? Because I was asking my daughter, I said, hey, do your peers, she's in the 7th grade now, do they still go into libraries? She said, yes, but everybody's on their phone now.
Yeah. So there's a digital concept to it, but the books are old school, right? But every elementary school has a library, and it should be the heart of the school. So my foundation, Defend the Dream, it goes into Title I elementary schools. So right now, these are the schools you walk in and you say, oh, wow, we need a little help, because the books are outdated. 30-year-old books, right? Things that don't relate to the kids nowadays, and being able to give them age-appropriate new books, man, for they can have more independent reading. Now, when I say library makeovers, and we call it DJ's Discovery Dens, but it's essentially a makeover, right? And you go into there and liven the place up, functional furniture, and you get to give them all these new age-appropriate books, man. It really helps the kids get on grade level reading. So the science behind it is getting the kids on grade level reading. These are inner city kids before they leave elementary school, because there's a bad stat that a lot of them fall off after they leave because they're not competent in reading.
Yeah, I tell you, listen, I tell my daughter all the time, and in her class, she has to read 1 hour a day, but I'm always buying her books. One of our favorite places to go is Barnes & Noble, right? I love going into Barnes & Noble and saying, hey, listen, you go over there and start looking for some books, because I find that it definitely helps them, especially in this age of phones. If you don't allow them to get off that technology and get into real reading, I feel like that helps.
I'm glad you do that, because that's one of those things that's a lost art now. When you talk about books and you talk about this, and Barnes and Noble's like, you need to go in there. That's awesome that you do that. I think more people need to hear that, right, and put down those phones. Even though you can read on your phone, but there's a lot of other distractions in that phone.
It's nothing like it too, man. You get lost in the bookstore if you stay there long enough. And they got the Starbucks and everything like that. It's perfect, man. It's a great day trip to save money and at the same time have a good experience. What's it like being Derrick Johnson in 2025, man? When you go out and sure in the Kansas City area, still get recognized, but what's life like in 2025 now that you're retired from the NFL?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I played so long, 14 years in NFL, where I don't have it no more. So that's actually a good thing, because I've exhausted all my athletic ability out there. So when I watch football, or I'll watch certain things, or I'm around fans, Kansas City or in Austin with the Texas Longhorns, you would think, that I'll be bitter, or I want to get out there. I'm like, no. God has really blessed me to really exhaust everything into there, and I did what I had to do. And being 40 pounds lighter, having 6 kids, having a wife, I'm living a good life.
I'm
living a good life.
Well, what's your day-to-day nowadays? Before, I was talking to one player, and I know they get up early in the days, when you are in the middle of it all. What's your day-to-day like now? Do you say, it's 10 o'clock, I don't have to go nowhere? Because I'm Derrick, I'm sure you're retired. You made a lot of money, you might be retired, but what's your day-to-day now?
I am retired, but I do not wake up that late, man. I wish. I have, still have, even though I have 6 kids, I still have 2 littles, like 4-year-old and 6-year-old. So they get up early, so we got to get up early. But I'm enjoying it, man. Being able to be in some solid investments here and there, being able to go to the University of Texas and mentor football players on and off the field, be a philanthropist through my foundation, just being able to be a staple in the community, having that platform from college to the NFL, man, I've shaken some hands and kissed some babies that really allows me to change others' lives.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're living in Austin now, right? And it's a perfect segue because some miles up the road, I-35, right? I was down in San Antonio. I love it down there. You go up I-35 north and stop in Waco. That's where you grew up, right? You take a step back, growing up in Waco, Texas. What was that like for you? Small town, off the radar.
Yeah, that's impressive. 35. Yeah. I'm sure
Oh, I know about them tricks, man. Listen, but I never take the 35 going to there. I always take the toll rate.
Yeah.
It's 85 miles an hour on the toll road.
Oh, yeah,
man.
I know, right?
People don't 85 miles an hour. That's great, man. What was it like for you in Waco?
Man, Waco, small town, not much to do, actually for a good reason, less distractions, but you got to get out of Waco at some point. Either that's getting out of Waco is going to Baylor, or being able to go to college, being able to get out a little bit and see a better life for yourself. It's not a crazy amount of growth in Waco unless, Chip and Joanne is doing their thing down there in Baylor, but being able to just keep that motivation that, hey, of course I'm gonna give back to my city and come back here, but being able to get out and spread my wings, man, Waco has shaped me and molded me who I am today. So I am a humble man from humble beginnings.
Yeah, and listen, do they not have, the Buc-ee's out there in Waco, man? I mean, come on.
Buc-ee's
off the hook, man.
You've been on the road.
Oh, man, listen, I'm all through Texas. I love it down that way. You mentioned, your mom was a school teacher and you come from a single parent home, right? You, your brothers, raising 4 kids, but what was your dad? What did he do?
Yeah, well, he was a construction worker. I did see my dad. He was in my life. So I do have a good memory of him. He's passed away now, but being able to have both of my parents in my life was a big deal. It would be better you had 2 in the household. That's just a proven fact. But my mom, man, she's a tough cookie, man. She didn't turn off that teacher mode when she was when she actually came home from school. She kept it on.
Yeah, one quote, man, you said no matter where you go in life, you must have a sense of service to you. If not, you miss the big picture. That's something that you said was instilled into you from your mom. I want you to elaborate on that a little bit, that sense of service.
We all are blessed in many different ways and creative or whatnot, and God has blessed us in being able to be successful and make money or be able to change people's lives. If it's all about us, well, you kind of miss that point, and being able to help somebody and being able to leave a legacy that's not just about you, it's about helping somebody else and bringing them up. And if you don't have that service and that giver in you, being successful is not really being successful.
Yeah, most definitely. Before that was instilled in you, though, man, what cartoons were you watching on a Saturday? Take me back to that one. You were eating cereal, waking up on a Saturday, no school, right? What cartoons were you watching on a Saturday? Inspector Gadget, like DuckTales? What was it?
For you to say that, I did watch DuckTales. For you to say that I would go back then, because that's a peaceful, good time, right?
Yeah.
You can wake up, no pressure, no this and that. But being able to be a kid and watch cartoons, man, I was a big Bugs Bunny fan, and DuckTales, Smurfs, just all the old school stuff that you watched back in the day was big. But yeah.
Yeah. Did you always want to be a football player back then, or did you want to be something else?
I did.
Because your brother played football.
Yeah, he did. So I got I actually had a advantage over other kids because my brother was about 6 years older than me. He went to Baylor University, played in the NFL about 4 or 5 years. So even though I've done more than him, he was the trailblazer for my intermediate family. And, I blew up the trail because I did really, really well. But, man, I couldn't have did that without seeing somebody setting a great example in the same household as me. Not that it was easy, but it was one of those things where you say, hey, I know right from wrong. I know how to conduct myself.
Yeah, well, you always, praise your brother for helping instill values in you when your dad maybe not had been around those times. What would you say the biggest thing you learned from your brother that you still use as a man today?
Being a good person, man. I think that's, you get popular, you make money, and a lot of other stuff are important. Like being a good person, having humility, having character, treating people how you want to be treated. Man, that's how I judge somebody if they are successful or not by the bank account.
Yeah, most definitely. 2001, obviously you go and attending University of Texas, and you major in youth and community studies.
Yeah.
Why that major?
Yeah, it's under the education field. So being able to work with kids, being able to mentor kids, be able to be a coach or a teacher one day, that was my inspiration growing up. In my mom's family, it's nothing but preachers and teachers. So having that instilled in me at a young age. When I went to college, I already knew what I was going to be doing, and being able to go out to different elementary schools. I can still remember this now, go out to different elementary schools, and these kids are looking at us like we're superheroes. And I'm helping them with reading, helping them with math, and doing different things like that.
And this is why you were in college, they're looking at you like this.
Yeah, this is why you're in college. Now, being a Longhorn, that's our pro team in Austin. So it was a big deal to go out to the Title I elementary schools, these low-income areas, and give these, and really serve. It's all about serving.
Yeah. Now, listen, before I go to the NFL, like, somebody lands in Austin, what barbecue place you send them to?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which one you sending them to?
Franklin's is really, really good. I can't stand in line, though, just because it's...
But that's the experience, though, Derrick. Like, you got to stand in line at Franklin's. That's part of it.
Well, when you're out of towner, yeah. But when you're in town, you know exactly where to go. So you go to La Barbecue, or you go to Terry Black's.
Terry Black's.
Terry Black's is probably the first I should have said.
Yeah. I mean, Terry Black's is wonderful, man. In 2005, you first round, 15th overall by the Chiefs. Played under 4 NFL head coaches. Get to that in a minute. Again, 4-time Pro Bowler. $52 million in your career over $52 million that you've made. An exercise that I like to do is I always like to call around to older writers or people who have covered the NFL long before I have, and I like to mention guys. And I did that yesterday with a guy named Clarence Hill, covered the Cowboys down in Texas for a very long time, from San Antonio area, lives up in Dallas. And I mentioned your name because he went to UT as well. And he says, man, didn't get enough credit. Dominant middle linebacker, but he mentioned your durability. He says, man, this dude was special. You don't think he got hurt to his last year. And I wanted to bring that up to you. How does one stay so durable in the NFL? Again, you last 14 years. Yeah. And I asked the former NBA player, Andre Miller, this very question. He played until about 40. I said, man, how do you do it? He says, I don't pick up a ball in the summertime. I let my body heal. How does Derrick Johnson go about being so durable playing all those years in football?
That's a great question, by the way, and tell him I appreciate that. Well, being able to sustain that long, you got to take care of your body. Your body is your moneymaker. Now, I play a different sport from basketball. Being able to really, it's a crash. We're in car crashes every single place, especially playing as a middle linebacker. Being able to stay functional and stay aggressive, it really during the off season, I don't do what he does. I'm actually getting it. I'm working hard. Now we don't have pads on. We're not hitting each other, but being able to stay in shape during the off season in a strategic way. Not that I'm just doing drills and doing a bunch of stuff, which I'm doing that, but being able to get massages, being able to go to chiropractor, being able to get my body in line, dry needling, doing things that my body needs. So when I get myself in those car crashes, I can be, I say car crashes, but you know what I mean? Like when we go to training camp, I can really hone in that durability or take on those hits, because I'm a middle backer. I got to give them out. I can't really take them as much, and you gotta have a sense of prayer life, because you gotta have some good luck in there. You can't just play 14 years and say, oh, you just rolled it out, I've really been fortunate, and really the way I play the game. Like, I'm a middle backer, and you think of Ray Lewis, you think of hitting somebody, you think of old school. I was a little more slippier, so I wouldn't hit the lineman as much, so I can use my athletic ability to get in the backfield. So that saved my body in a way.
Yeah, from getting so many hits, right, coming at you, right?
Yeah,
I was going to ask you how you read the game, and that's, maybe you answered my question for me. You just tried to avoid taking on too many hits.
Which sometimes for coaches that can be a nightmare, because linebackers do that at times. But if you don't have a knack for avoiding the blocker and then hitting the runner, you're probably not going to be playing long. But I had a knack for it, and I was really, really good at it. And the key is being able to see the ball carrier and feel the lineman. So there's a scientific method to it that worked for me.
Yeah. Well, you're on record as saying, as that middle linebacker, that Marshawn Lynch was one of the hardest guys to get down, right? He can juke you, he can power you, he can have the speed.
Yeah.
But when you had to look at a quarterback, right, that was standing right behind the center, who did you always look at and just shake your head and say, man, this is going to be a very long day? Was it Peyton Manning, man? I always say Peyton Manning because he was doing your era.
He was.
But who was that guy you know was going to be a long day?
Man, Tom Brady before Peyton Manning. Now, both of them. I mean, that's why I didn't win a championship because of those guys, right? You got to meet up with those guys. But being able to be the quarterback of the defense, you got to know what that quarterback is doing on the other side so you can help your teammates line up and get going and anticipate plays. But Tom Brady was a guy that you say, man, this is a chess match. This is not checkers at all. I never played against a quarterback that whoever messes up, the 11 players on the team, whoever messes up, he's going to find you. He's going to find it, and he's going to exploit it. So everybody's got to be on their P's and Q's.
Well, what made him so tough to play? Is it that because he knew, and if he...
Yeah, the mental part of the game. I mean, as quarterbacks, you want to pressure quarterbacks. You want to get them down on the ground. You want to make them uncomfortable, get them off the spot. Tom Brady, we used to go into a game and say, hey, guys, we're not blitzing. We're going to drop everybody. Just because he's that good that he says, hey, you bring everybody. I'm going to find the weak link and throw it to the area I'm supposed to. So we drop most of the time just because he's super smart, man. You got to give him that credit. Not a fan of the Patriots or Tom Brady, but he's damn good.
It was tough. Again, you played for 4 coaches in your career. I'm going to name 2. You tell me the biggest thing you've learned from them. Obviously, Dick Vermeil being as though, just a legendary coach. What's the biggest thing you learned from Dick Vermeil?
Yeah, it was actually 5 head coaches. So Dick Vermeil drafted me, and I was only there 1 year with Dick Vermeil. He was an older gentleman, and 2005 was his last season. Probably I learned the most from Dick Vermeil, thinking back in 2005, what's that, 20 years ago? I would say just being able to be comfortable showing your vulnerability. Like, I've never been around a coach that cried as much as Dick Vermeil in front of his players. Like, that was okay. It wasn't any kind of laughing or any kind of looking at him funny. He meant what he said and what he felt, and he expressed himself. As men, we need to see that. We don't see that much, right? It's all about being a macho man, and that's a lost art. That's not in today's society when you talk about being manhood.
Yeah. Andy Reid. I'm from Philly, and so I know all about Andy Reid. I'm not an Eagles fan either, Derrick, so don't hate.
Right.
But I've known all about him. And listen, as a kid, wanting to get into sports journalism and seeing him on the television all the time, I'm very familiar with him. But one of the things that you said in another interview is that how he was a rep guy. And I love this phrase. You said reps eliminate fear. Yeah. Reps eliminate doubt, right? When you have that repetition. What's the biggest thing you learned from Andy Reid?
Yeah, Andy is, man, he's such a proven coach. He treats us like men. He's a coach. Soon as he walked in 2013, man, I said, wow. Philly let a really, really good one go. We needed him at that time. They probably needed a change, too, from Philly. But being able to be under Andy Reid, what I've learned the most is being able to handle the little things. He's always talking about, and little things could be showing up on time, being able to wear the right equipment to, going here or going there, or just being able to handle little things, because if you can do that, then the big things will come available to you, and you'll be able to handle it and sustain it. But he's always harping, hey guys, these are the little things that we need to do. These are the responsibility, accountability that I expect from you guys. Let's handle this, and big things will be for us later.
Yeah. Now, again, you did play 1 year in Oakland, right? And I'm only asking, we have some guests here that's from the Oakland area. What do you remember about that 1 year out that way, man? I mean, against the Raiders, and not there anymore. I feel so bad for that town, man. But what do you remember that one season in Oakland?
Yeah, John Gruden actually hit me up his first year. He needed some veteran leadership there, so he hit me up. Nobody was calling or knocking at my door, so I said, you know what? let's go to the really the big time rivalries of Chiefs. So
That's right.
that was kind of I know.
Did the Chiefs face? Did they hate you at that point?
You know what? At the time, I'm sure they did, but that didn't last long.
Yeah.
So I came right back around to the fans. But being in Oakland, man, it was a time that I needed just because I didn't know if I had enough yet. I was still looking for, hey, one more year. Do I still have it? And when you're on a team that's not as good, it showed you quickly that you say, all right, this is about it. So I needed that time. So I wouldn't, you would think I would retire after the Chiefs after 13 years and say, hey, I'm good. You know, I had 13 years, but I needed one more year. So I said, hey, let's go to Oakland and see what I got. And it ended well for me. I went through half the season and then got sent home, and it was awesome. I was actually glad. I was like, all right, here we go. Let's start this life, and I hadn't looked back.
Yeah. Well, listen, before we transition to your new life, because I definitely want to talk a little bit business, see what's in your portfolio. You have to describe your career in one word. What word would that be?
Tough.
Tough. Why tough?
Tough. When you play linebacker at a high level, be the all-time leading tackler in Chiefs history, when you can make it to Pro Bowls and be the best at your position in the National Football League, the best sport and best league ever, there's one word to always describe that, and that's tough.
Yeah. Well, listen, go inside your portfolio, man. What do you like in business? And you got any real estate, car washes, fast food franchises? Like, well, what's in your portfolio,
you know
man?
What
are you invested in?
I like to invest in probably small businesses and kind of put some tech into them and get them going just so you can sell them later on.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy right now. I got a couple med spas that we do.
Med spas?
Med spas.
Med spas,
Med
okay.
spas, yeah.
What are those?
Yeah, well, enhancement for, for women, for men, stuff that I don't really do, but I know probably mainstream Hollywood does it a lot, but it's seeping into all areas of the world. And you never heard of med spas?
No.
Yeah.
Where are they located at?
But all around, just
Okay.
all around. And these are enhancements when it comes to physical appearances and whatnot. A lot of people are probably getting mad at me for saying this, but a lot of people do it that you don't even know. But something I just got into, not active, just more of a silent investor when it comes to that. But just being able to just to be present in the community, solid investments with little stuff. And when it comes to my portfolio, it's really diverse in a way where I'm not going for the long run hitter. I'm going for safe things, 5, 10, 15 stuff that I can yield that I'm going to probably automatically get that, but not really lose. I'm not into losing.
Yeah. Well, you had mentioned before too about staying away from those get-rich-quick schemes and how that's like important. How do you identify them nowadays? Because they're so hard to identify. Like, is this real or not? What do you do to identify? Hey, this is a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, you gotta live a little. You gotta mess up. You gotta say, hey, I think this is going to do, and then you got to mess up. You know, the best learning lesson in life is failure. And whenever you can have times where you say, man, I shouldn't have put money into here, or I shouldn't have put money over here, or shouldn't have listened to this person who talks really fast. You know, I think that's a prime example, especially for athletes, because that's what we major in, athletic or whatnot. But we have business savviness to us as well. So when we hear people talking to us, they have this grand scheme or whatnot, and we're the gateway to it. So things that we get told are really promising, and now it's easy to kind of knock away the fluff and say, no, you're talking a little bit too fast for me. I'll pass on this one. And it takes you time to do that, but you have to.
Well, you're talking to a young NFL guy now, maybe a guy who is, ready to leave UT and enter the draft and get drafted. What would you tell him about handling his money? And NFL players now getting paid lots more than when you get paid. What advice would you give them about taking care of your money?
Be grateful for the money you get. You want to make it grow, so you want to get professional help around you, not a bunch of takers, but a bunch of people that have your best interest at heart, especially early on, because you're gonna make you can have those people around you, mentors around you, and you're still gonna mess up a little bit, but it's really gonna hone you in to say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. It's just you got to have a team of good people around you when it comes to financial people, when it comes to friends. Your circle, your ceiling is as high as your circle. So.
Yeah. One word that you would name your business empire, right? When it's all said and done, you says, I want my business empire to look like that. What word would that be?
Oh, probably safe. Probably safe.
I like that, man. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with safe, right? I want my business to be safe. That means you got good investments. The money is there. It's safe.
Yeah, absolutely,
I
man.
love safe.
Absolutely,
Safe.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you look for in a business deal with trait? Before you partner up with someone, what's the trait that Derrick Johnson looks for?
Now, it's one thing to have the numbers and say, hey, this is what you're going to make. Do I believe in it? That's a thing that you can sleep at night too, right? And you can, if something does go wrong, you can at least say, hey, I believed in this, instead of saying, well, the numbers look right. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go.
Yeah, gotta believe in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Get you out of here some fun stuff, man. Always do with the $1 million question. I think I know how you made your first million, Derrick. You played in the NFL for 14 years, right? And so how you made it. But how'd you spend it? How did you spend your first $1 million?
Oh, man. I bought a Range Rover, a red Range Rover, had rims on it. Before I took it off the lot, I said, you got to put the rims, you got to put the TVs in the headrest. I didn't even have kids at this time. Kids, which is crazy now I think about that. But bought my mom a car.
Yeah.
I bought some jewelry. I mean, I splurged a little bit, but yeah, it was fun. I was 22 years old, so.
Anything you would do differently? Would you go back and say, you know what, not the Range, give me the Ford? Or
You know what I would do? Because it's jury wise, it's probably simple, but I had a Rolex, a pearl face Rolex. I had platinum band. It was nice, and it had like diamonds in the middle of it a little bit. And then it wasn't flashy enough for me, so I traded it in for a Breitling Bentley watch that was all glistening and stuff. And now I'm like, well, I don't wear it. Yeah. I don't wear it. So
you still have it?
Yeah, I do still have it.
Are you going to trade it in? Or
I'm probably going to trade it in. Yeah.
You're not going to give it to one of your kids at all?
No, not at all. Bad investment.
That's a bad investment. I love it, man. When you look at the NFL, right, look at some outlook stuff. You look at the NFL as a business, right? What does Derrick Johnson see?
It's a big business. It's almost like a bully. It's almost like a bully in a way where you have to be careful how you navigate that bully when you're in there. Being able, not being scared of the bully, but being able to say, hey, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Optimize my opportunities while I'm in the National Football League. Because after you leave, I'm a person that played for 14 years. After you leave, you're going to see even myself saying, man, it was such a great opportunity to be a part of the National Football League. And it'll follow you. I don't care if you're a businessman. I don't care if you're a teacher or whatever you do after football, that NFL tag is on your forehead.
Yeah, and it's like a gold card. You know, I tell people when I covered the San Antonio Spurs and the NBA, I go into a room, any business room, and start talking like that. Yeah, what was it like to cover Pop? And it's like it creates that conversation, and then you get a chance to really introduce yourself to people. So it's one of the things I'm glad, man. So, and you have a way better gold card because, as you said, you played in the NFL. I get you into any. Try this in New York. Say I'm Derrick Johnson playing in the NFL. You probably get any steak you want. Everything is good, man. Look around the world. What country would Derrick Johnson invest in right now outside of the U.S.? What country would you go for?
Probably UK. Probably, yeah. I'm starting to be able to travel more now. I'm not I hate long flights on planes, and so, my wife's trying to get me out of that. So we're traveling around here and there, but being able to just see other countries, I think it really helps our mindset to know what's really important. Because sometimes we live in our bubble, and what we see and what we are distracted with, it's not important at all. When you go outside your country and you say, oh, wow, that's not it. Oh, why am I buying this? What? Hold on. it makes even more sense.
Yeah, I love it. Get your idea on this, man. Listen, I love the book, Jim Collins, Good to Great. And I will ask you this. What's the difference between a good NFL middle linebacker and a great one?
The mental aspect of the game. We're all big, fast, strong, got God-given ability, but the mental aspect of the game separates you from good to great. When you can anticipate what's about to happen, and then it happens, and you take advantage of that opportunity, that really gives you more confidence, and at the end of the day, it makes you great.
Love it. Super DJ saves field day. Derrick Johnson, man, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. I say go Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right? You played for the Chiefs a long time ago, so I respect it. Go Chiefs.
Appreciate
I love Patrick Mahomes, man. Xavier Worthy, they got a great squad. I'm actually hoping that we see another Bills-Chiefs AFC Championship game. That would be great, man.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Derrick Johnson here at the Nasdaq. I'm Jabari Young. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening.